darkest places I roam. I'm on the saddest road I tend to go, and on this lonely road I get lost like I've never been lost before. I give in to my shadow self, and I gave to the world too much that I had to give, but it wasn't enough, it seems. So my fear inside could cry so loud I could barely breathe. I knew the patient times in me, I felt the rage building inside me. On the edge of suicide, where I almost took my life, but then I found a whole new way to die. So I gave in to my fight. I took morning to night, and I embraced the dark inside. On the edge of suicide. I thought no one could ever love a weird and crazy person like me. I was lonely when I had no friends. Not a single girl wanted to be with me. Then I fell in love. I thought my world was warm, but it came crashing down when no rose-colored glasses came crashing to the ground. And all the thoughts I had inside were valid still. I was lonely, I was cleared, I was almost always disappeared. I was quiet, I was shy, I wasn't truly alive. So it was hell for me, 'cause I didn't think I'd ever find my destiny. And I was lost in those woods. So why couldn't it be? Why did love never find my heart? Why did friends never want to be apart? When did all the sadness become the only thing I see? So it was hell for me, 'cause I didn't think I'd ever find my destiny. And I was lost in those woods. So why couldn't it be? Why did love never find my heart? Why did friends never want to be apart? When did all this sadness become the only thing I see? On the edge of suicide, where I almost took my life, but then I found a whole new way to die. So I gave in to my fight. I took burden to my flight, and I embraced the dark inside. On the edge of suicide. I thought no one could ever love a weird and crazy person like me. I was lonely when I had no friends. Not a single girl wanted to be with me. Then I fell in love. I thought my world was warm, but it came crashing down when no rose-colored glasses came crashing to the ground. And all the thoughts I had inside were valid still. I was lonely, I was cleared, I was almost always disappeared. I was quiet, I was shy, I wasn't truly alive. On the edge of suicide, where I almost took my life, but then I found a whole new way to die. So I gave in to my flight. I took morning to night, and I embraced the dark inside. On the edge of suicide. Oh, I thought I couldn't become the man I saw in my head. I was lost in the world that I hoped would be lost in a dream. But I thought that I wasn't good, I thought my soul was corrupt and done. Why could no one love me? Why could no one care? I was in despair. I didn't know what I did to deserve this life I was given, but I know my heart was truly open when I found the reasons to live deep inside. Fear of never having no acknowledgement or people who liked or even saw the good inside. I tried to be. I was poor, I was weak, I was shy, I was mean, I was over the moon and the sky. So I didn't get into the shadow, and I didn't give in to the pain. Oh, hey, oh, hey. Oh, yeah, oh, oh, hey, oh, hey. Oh, hey, oh, hey. Oh, hey, oh.
Whispers in the night, revealing secrets hidden from sight. With ancient wisdom, I'll ignite the flames of truth burning so bright. Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mysteries, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain. Unseen whispers in the night, revealing secrets hidden from sight. With ancient wisdom, I'll ignite the flames of truth burning so bright. Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mysteries, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain.
Good morning and happy Friday, everybody out there in Twitch land. Hello on YouTube, hello on Twitch. God damn it, my hands are still dirty. I swear to God, I can't stay clean for more than 5 seconds in this room. Anyway, happy Friday to you all. I hope you enjoyed my fun Deadpool message this morning. Just kind of wanted to set it off straight because I am so excited for today. I can't even believe it. I am giddy like a fucking 5-year-old right now. I am having the best morning so far because I woke up energized, ready for today. I got decent sleep last night. I'm not in pain today. I'm feeling energized and ready for the day. I just can't believe it's finally here. I get to go see the movie I have waited to see since the end of Deadpool 2. Because I've heard that Wolverine and Deadpool was coming, and I'm like, when? And I couldn't wait for the moment when it finally came here. Now, besides whatever else is, I've heard that the audience loves it. Some of the critics, who gives a fuck what they care? Well, I care what you guys think, so no spoilers. So, anyway, at least until I get off of here, because I'm spoiler free until I've seen the movie. So, guys, I will not be spoiling it for you either. So, go ahead and do whatever you need to do, Sergeant. I'm just going to spend a little bit of time with my chitty chat. Been lagging a little as I have moved locations. Okay, you're back. Okay, good. So, and you know, it's not only you, Sergeant. There's a lot of solar activity right now, especially this week. This next week, it's going to be a lot of heavy solar activity. So things like, you know, cells and streams are going to kind of be bouncing up and down a little bit to this next couple weeks, because some of the solar flares that are being more active right now are intruding with some of the, you know, the electronic crap. You know, it won't be too interrupty, but it will be, you know, kind of like you lag for a while. You may drop a second or two here or there, but you know, just like we're back in the 1980s almost. Oh, not that bad. Come on. We'll go like the early 2000s. Maybe then that's about how bad we'll probably get for maybe a couple hours this weekend, maybe, and then we'll get back to normal. So, you know, I'm already starting to cleanse your cards off for you, though. As you can see, cleansing cards for you, Sergeant. And I know your question, and I know what you want to know about, and I know your numbers and all of that fun stuff. So when you are back, let me know, and we will do the reading. Okay, you're back, but I want to make sure you're ready. God damn evil bastard. Ah! Let's see when the cards say they're ready for you here. Please give me the answer. He needs to hear today. Okay, that's where they say they want them. All right, here we go with your official shuffles there, Sergeant. 5 and 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You have a one God card message today. And the 28th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 28th card is on top. All right. Sorry you haven't heard back from her yet. I was getting a little bit of the download before I even started your reading today, and it was kind of like, okay, we'll see what the cards also have to tell you. Yeah. I kind of thought this was going to be your answer, but, you know, it is going to be what it is, you know. Yeah, it's been read through at least, you know. And I'm going to get back to chat here a second here so I can see what you're actually typing when you're typing it. So it's been read. It's been received. So we're trying to navigate how she took this, right? And how she feels about this letter that you've written, right? She didn't respond right away. She's been taking some time to digest it, that 12 hours of digestion time she needed. I told you, she might take a small bit of digestion time before she gets back to you. I think she's in that moment right now. I think she's deciding how she wants to respond in this moment, because I think she wants to kind of walk on a razor's edge a little bit. She doesn't want to give you false hope, but she might want to give you a little hope that there might be something there. I don't think you're going to get everything you want to hear, but I think she'll at least acknowledge your feelings. She'll acknowledge how you're feeling. She'll let you know how she truly feels. And it will be up to you to decide how to look at that information she gives you. You can either look at it as the bad news of, I'm not really ready for a relationship even with you, even someone I feel comfortable with, even someone I've known a lot, I'm not sure I have those feelings inside. I'm still kind of figuring it out for myself. This kind of surprised me a tiny bit. So I'm kind of in the, um, damn, I didn't see this coming. So maybe the thing staring her in front of her face is the good thing that's too good to be true. And she needs to realize that you're the thing that will make her the happiest thing in this world. So that's kind of what I feel. It's a moment of perspective. It's looking at a new, different way, looking at it through new, different eyes, real, new, true eyes, to see if there is something there. But I feel like you will come to this acceptance with her. No matter what happens, I believe she will accept you as that person who she acknowledges as that has those emotions and feelings. She's not going to discount them, okay? She's not just going to say, oh, I don't understand why you feel this way or anything like that. It's going to be more of the, why didn't you tell me sooner kind of stuff? Why didn't we talk about this, a little bit earlier? I've been kind of testing the waters out myself right now, and I'm not quite sure I'm ready for a relationship. It's about accepting both of yourselves inside of each other. You're both accepting that this could change into something new and different. What you want to change it to is all going to be depending on whether or not you can accept that what you have right now might be very special just the way it is. Do we want to increase it to a different level is all we're asking. So it's about that communication that's going to be happening within this next day, either today or by, I'd say early tomorrow, if I'm right with my prediction here. Okay. And thank you very much, first time chatters, for letting me know about your first time chatter bot account that tells me about viewers I don't want to buy. All right. I just get rid of the bot accounts. But the Vine card is all about communication. You've communicated in a physical way. You've communicated in a mental way. You've communicated in a spiritual way. Now you have to trust in that. Now you have to trust that your heart and the person that you are is something that she wants to have in her life. She's choosing you. So it will feel like the greatest feeling in the world when we finally communicate how this is feeling. Yeah, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Like I said, I don't get busy enough here. I don't get them a whole lot, but I do get them from time to time. And I just kind of click on them and ban them. You know what I'm saying? And I do have a bot, a thing that's supposed to be stopping the bots from happening, but it doesn't seem to be doing its job. So I have to reload it or try to look at the whatever's in the background and see about that. But the thing about it is that the universe is telling you this situation is going to turn out okay. That maybe you are destined to be with her someday, but maybe right now, in this moment, we're working towards that. And that dream that we have of that life we want with her, and that life that we want to have with her, it's about expressing why you want to share your life with her and why you want her to be the one. As long as she can reciprocate that. And this is all about believing in the dream, believing in your own destiny, and believing that you can make whatever you want in your life happen. This card is all about reminding you your life is going to be okay, that most likely you're going to get some of what you want, but not all of what you want. I know that's kind of a standard quote unquote wishy-washy answer, but what they were telling me is a tiny bit of bad news along with maybe some possibly good news for the future. Kind of let's see how it goes kind of stuff, And I was like, I really don't want to have to tell him that maybe she's having a little bit of a really, you kind of threw her into a, I don't know what to, you spun her right round, ready, right round, you know what I'm saying? And now she's kind of like trying to stop spinning for a second going, oh my God, what did this just say? And then, you know your friend well enough to know that she's that kind of woman who will take things in and really think about them before making an important decision, kind of a deal. So you kind of expected some of this, right? Okay? So just remind you that she's not going to be cruel or mean about it. You know she's not going to break your little heart. She's going to still be your friend no matter what. That's not going to end here. So, you know, yeah, exactly. And it is, but that's where wild crazy romance comes from, that feeling of you don't know which way is up sometimes, and then all of a sudden the person who you thought never wanted you suddenly goes, oh, look at this, something I could actually have a good time with, right? Yeah, they're Liverpool. Well, I don't care if they're in Liverpool, France, or a different place or whatever. It's once you find out the information, now it's what we do about the information. So here's your God card, though, Sergeant, the Embrace card. So the Embrace card is a good sign as far as this question goes, because it means you're embracing life. You're embracing the goods and the bads, both of you. And I really do believe this has to do with your last reading. It's about embracing each other, embracing each other's lives, and learning how to see each other in that way. And maybe starting off the small seeds of romance and things that are you need to bring up those feelings and stuff. And just be the kind of guy who's, you know, the kind of man you've always been. And you know that you've shown her enough of who you are as a person by now. She knows all of the crap that most people don't know. So you can skip most of the game already here. And now we're just waiting for the answer back. But the Embrace card is all about embracing your whole life, the good, the bads, and the uglies, and everything that could happen in it, and loving it, because that's what is meant to happen for you right now. So that's your answer. Like I said, from what I was hearing from these guys earlier, it was like, I don't want you to give them false hope here, because I'm feeling like you'll get an answer, but it's kind of the let's wait and see kind of an answer. That's what I'm really getting from them. And, you know, yeah, I know. That's fair enough. I know that's pretty much your. Yeah, I think you will definitely get a response. You will definitely get a response. That much I can guarantee. You're going to get a response. She's not going to just disappear on you, okay? She's not that kind of a person. Like I said, before the end of tomorrow morning, by the end of day, you know, it wouldn't hurt if you haven't heard from her by like around nighttime tonight, to give her a call and just check in to see what she thought of that message yourself. Kind of check in, say, hey, I don't know how you took this, but I'm kind of putting my heart on the line here. Can you at least give me how you took this letter, kind of a deal? I don't know how comfortable you feel in asking questions like that. So, you know, it's either put your heart all the way on the line or don't put your heart on the line at all. You know what I'm saying? So I think you'll get a response before tomorrow, earliest morning, before like noontime tomorrow, I think. But my time predictions aren't always the best. So that's my best. That's what I'm getting told. The best response time would be about that. I don't think it's going to be like a week or something like that. How about that? It may be a couple days or at most, and I mean at most 3 days, maybe, if we're talking about really confusing feelings and stuff like that. And, you know, what if she suddenly gets on a plane and finds you and kisses you? You know the answer, okay? But, but you know what I'm saying? It's like put up or shut up time, buddy. You know, it's either time to, you know, you've put your heart out there. If she's gonna respond, she's gonna tell you how she thinks. But like I said, by the end of the day or early tomorrow morning before noonish, sometimes is all they're giving me. So we'll still have to wait and see. You know, but I do not believe it's going to be really horrible news. I think it's going to be. If she messaged me and said she was in my city, I dropped everything I was doing to see her. Exactly, yeah. You know, but you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's like that. You know, it's not like you're showing up in the airport with flowers, with a big, you know, romantic moment, pulling out all the stops kind of a deal. You wrote her a letter, okay? You wrote her a letter that she's got to think about and reread a couple of times to make sure she didn't unread, she didn't read the wrong thing, because maybe she's like, did he really just say that? Reread once again. Okay, he really said that. Did he mean it? Let me reread it again. And now it's kind of like, how do I respond to this? How do I feel? And really asking herself those questions. So, it's going to take a heartbeat. Two magpies and 1515. Well, magpies are all about messages. So magpies are collectors, okay? They are the scrap junk hunters of the world. They like anything shiny. They're even worse than crows. Crows in Minnesota are and 1515. Well, that's just, you know, that boils down to 12, which is 3, which is physical, mental, spiritual in my mind. So that means physically, mentally, and spiritually something is coming for you. 1515, that's what that means, at least in a numerology way. But the two magpies, communication and collecting things. That's usually what magpies mean. So that's just from what I know as far as symbolism goes. But how you see those things is how you should take them. That's how I see it. How do you see it when you look at two magpies? What do you see? And what does the number 1515 mean to you? Because you're the one seeing the sign here. I'm not. Yeah, I get you. That's the scariest part. What if she doesn't respond, right? What if she doesn't say anything? And then it becomes kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, like I said, but don't just disappear right after. I mean, give it some time. If I'm wrong about the timing and she takes a tiny bit more time to digest it, then it's your job to go call her and talk to her again and say, "What did you think of the message I wrote you? Can you at least tell me how it made you feel? And please just be honest with me, even if that means you have to break my heart, please, so I can do what I need to do, either move on or be okay with us just being friends or whatever. So I don't have to stay in this I don't know phase. You know, because it is the hardest thing to do when I was in love with now this is my situation, okay? When I was in love with my best friend and I had told her how I felt. She gave me the response immediately. She told me I would never ever feel that way about me. So at least you didn't get that, right? At least you didn't get the quick, sorry, I don't feel that way about you. It's taking some time. That means she's thinking about it. That means she's contemplating those feelings. Just like we all do, just like you are doing when you wrote the letter. When you wrote that letter, you had to sit down and ask yourself, what do I really want to say here that I've always wanted to say? And I have to put that out there for her to read. And you know this. I mean, with at least with your conversations, you know how most of your conversations go. And you remember she's still living a life and doing things, jobs, all of that stuff. And yeah, it's taken you a while to say it. So that means for 2 years you felt this way and you didn't say anything. Maybe she's thinking, why did he wait 2 years to tell me? I don't know. That's what I'm just saying. Why did he wait 2 years to tell me how he feels about me? You know what I'm saying? So, and maybe that's the confusing part for her is like, why did he wait so damn long? And how do I do this now? Cause maybe she's thinking, maybe I do surprise him. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. She's that kind of woman to just pick up and go somewhere to surprise someone. But at least you were brave enough to finally say it. I mean, that's kind of, at least you can say bravo to you. At least you didn't hold it in your whole life waiting for, something that would never come because you never asked the question in the first place, you know? And there you go. Right. And sometimes they don't want to give me all of the information, so you do get that surprise. Because the surprise of life is that what if this is a special event, your event in your life, and because we were meddling with it a little bit, you missed it. You know what I'm saying? So they're not giving me so much information so that you can actually make the real life in time choices you need to make to get what you want, I mean, and all of that stuff. So hey, TC, welcome in. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're having a fabulous. Nope, I wasn't. I was just talking with Sergeant about his he's putting his heart on the line to a girl, and we were talking about all of that stuff, and just kind of reassuring him what I'm feeling for him and stuff like that. So, just trying to help him with that and kind of feeling out the what I feel in the sensory part of the world of what's going on right now. So I've been doing, we're good. So we're done with that reading, TC. What are your numbers today? What is your question, and how can I help you, beautiful young lady? I'm going to start to cleanse. Hopefully your readings are going well. Okay, go walk home. 3 and 11? Okay. Do you have a question or just a general? Yeah, okay. Okay. Here are your 3 official shuffles for UTC. 1, 2, 3. And the 11th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No God cards for you, young lady. And you want a general about things going on right now. Okay. Oh, my beautiful young lady. How I miss you. I hope that things are going well for you and with you and your family and stuff like that. I am sensing some issues going on right now, and some things that we're trying to discover. We're discovering a little bit more about something. I feel like there's a situation in your past. You're uncovering a little bit more of the hidden truth behind some things. And I think this has to do with some of your gift and your previous lifetimes that you've lived. And it's all kind of crescendoing up to now and starting to complete that destiny line that's starting to form right in front of you, where you're going to be crossing that line and then you're not putting on the mask of Miss TC anymore. You are that person 100%, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the only time you turn it off is when you have to deal with mundane life, and seeing underneath the surface of what's going on right now is what I'm seeing for you. And just rediscovering some new hidden talent, or discovering more about what you can do and what you're able to tell people there is some problems getting in the way, but I think they're more life situational problems than your own bullshit kind of getting in the way sometimes. Not that I won't call you on your bullshit once in a while, Kristen, but I think you know very well the stuff that you are cutting through right now is not necessarily all your BS. You're cutting through a lot of other people's BS so that you can find that place on top of that mountain where you can see things clearly. So you got to get over that and let people push their own shit out of the way so that you can see more true into them. And maybe just a little bit of stubbornness in your own, repertoire and what you're dealing with yourself right now, just because you're figuring things out and you're understanding more and more about the gifts that you have. Understanding all of that, and now this is where we start to exist as a new, brilliant, beautiful idea where we bring it all together. So now we have gone through the surface stuff. We've brought it to the surface. We understand it. We have understanding now of how to get past or overcome those obstacles that are in our way, even our own obstacles. And now we bring it all together so that we can form a brand new person within ourselves. And I know you're saying, again, no, I'm saying the person you already are comes to light, and now you are that person. You don't just exist as it, you are that person. And it's all about getting yourself ready for this final crescendo, at least at this point in your life. So it's like the music's starting to come up and you're starting to hear the end of the song and everyone's about to clap or boo or whatever they're going to do. But you know that it's about adding the right ingredients to the soup that you want your life to be, how your readings you want your readings to be, how you want your life to be, how you want things to start to line up so that you can get what you wanted by the end of this next coming year, by 2025, So it's getting ready to get all the stuff so that you can start to utilize that stuff and preparing that beautiful soup for yourself to eat. And so, like I said, yeah, that's kind of what it kind of feels like. You're preparing for that, all of that to happen. And I think it feels like you're just doing a lot of that, getting ready for something to kind of crescendo and come to light. So that's all I'm feeling right now for you. So I hope that's a confirmation for you, because I think that feels like a confirmation for you more than anything, that you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing right now. So did you have any other questions, young lady? How's Raven and you doing with the home situation and everything? Is everything going good, hopefully? Or are things back on, a little getting more better on track now? Or because it seems, from what I'm seeing, things are getting a tiny bit easier. Not a whole lot easier, but a little bit easier every day. Yeah, that's cool. You know, and I think the answers are coming your way. That's what I think you're preparing for, the answers. So now you've got the questions. Now they're preparing to give you the answers to the test, so you know how you did well on the test. You know what I'm saying? Good. I'm glad that's all good to hear. At least that makes me feel like things are. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel like too. That's what I'm feeling, right? They're getting ready to explode. Yeah, and pouring over and learning how to deal with that energy is the other thing too. You know, just like you're gonna have to learn how to adjust the faucet a little bit. You know what I'm saying? How strong of a stream you want, how light of a stream you want. And then if they just pour it all into you at once and you can't turn off the waterworks like me, I'm sorry. And you're welcome. You know, it's So just, turn down the faucet a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let's slow down the stream so we can get the right information. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we do. Unfortunately, like I said, it's a crescendo moment. It's a definite destiny line crossing. So what does that mean? Yeah, I believe you are. I believe you're every, you know, and I'm proud of you too. You should be proud of yourself. You should be. You have done so much. And you did most of this all on your own. Yeah, you got help from a couple people here and there with advice, but you still did it. And maybe they're preparing you for people to get more people in your life. Yeah. I know you understand. Because you feel this crazy energy too right now. This solar flare kind of, big ass crescendoing energy coming in August. Yeah. Hoof. I mean, look at everything that's happening in the world right now and look at all the changes that are being made on the fly. Yeah, yeah, it's exactly. Imagine how I feel some days. This new higher level stuff is not the world. Yeah, exactly. Damn straight you are. Damn straight you are. You know? Damn straight you are. So, preach. Preach. Yeah. It's hard to you're becoming so many things now it's hard to define, isn't it? That spiritual stuff, that higher level, high speed internet stuff is no joke, isn't it? I've been dealing with that shit since I was 8. You are the personification of rebirth. That's why. You are the personification of rebirth. That's why you smell death. Because death is the smell that's lingering in your nose. You've overcome the death. Yes. You're finalizing it. You're putting the nail in the coffin. Exactly. You put the nail in the coffin, you define it, it's definitive. Yeah. Hey, or that. Yeah, you're a bloodhound. Because as your spirit begins to transform inside, as you begin to accept these new levels, as you begin to accept this new gift and this new ability that you know you're capable of, is you're awakening to that gift. So why is it happening even when you're not doing anything? Because it is that lingering feeling of the past that we are still kind of getting used to not having that scent. Because that's what our life smelled like before. That's what our life was like before. That's what life smelled like before. You're walking away from death because you're not you've left that behind. It's like leaving a shit in the fucking street, okay? You don't, or going to the toilet and flushing, you don't exactly go back there and check to see, you know, it's either flushed or not flushed. If it's not flushed, you flush it. Why do you hear heartbeat in your ear? I think that's your guides trying to tell you to follow your heart. That's a literal way I would take that. To follow your heart, to listen to yourself, to trust yourself. Maybe you're the heartbeat. Yeah, so that's your guides reaching out. It happens when you think about things. So when you're thinking about things and you hear the heartbeat, what does that mean to you? Because it's your message. What does that Pacific sound mean to you? Okay then. Because you're saving lives. Exactly. You're both life and death. Yeah. You straddle the line like I do. I straddle the line between life and death every single day. And maybe some more of those spirit talky voices will be coming your way, but only when you're ready for them. You know, they might be preparing you for actual spirit communication, more spirit communication, like channeling, like stuff like that. Well, let's think about it for a second. Okay, then you did that. All right, then the physical, right? So, what is something physical you can do every day? Are you meditating every day? Are you grounding and centering every day? That's a physical thing you can do. Are you at least calming your mind for a bit? Are you giving yourself a quiet moment, a half an hour, just a moment for yourself? No other thinking thoughts, just to let yourself be for a while. No voices, no you, no Raven, no other people in the world, you know? Want to, I want something fast. What do people do? What physical? I'm going to ask my cards for help here. Okay, the answer's in here. All right, Kristen, I'm going to watch the screen. You tell me when to stop. This card or this card? Right or left? Okay, both. Ooh, you actually got a third card. Okay. Did you see what just came up? Yeah. Okay. Do I even need to tell you? Do I even need to say it? I don't think I even need to say it. Yeah. Yeah. Like you like to say, I can't make this shit up. And that third card was right under depression, too. I thought I was grabbing you two cards. I grabbed you three cards. So that just goes to show you they're trying to help you here, Kristen. I mean, hello. I'm not even going to say anything. That's it. I'm not saying a damn thing. Nope. Nothing. Diddly. Who's trying to kill you? Miss Magician TC is trying to kill the old Kristen. That's who's trying to kill you. God, no, don't you worry about that. I mean, not literally. You know, you're putting the old life to rest. You're letting go of the. Oh. Okay. Okay. Want to pick a number this time? 1 through 52? Okay. Just draw. Okay. I'm going to let the cards do the talking. I'm going to trust it again. I'm going to wait for cards to fall out. And whatever falls out, that's where your answer is at. And we'll do the same thing we did the last time. So spiritually, huh? I don't care what anyone else thinks. They're not gonna, they're waiting for this answer. Okay, here we go. Okay, you tell me which do you want, these front three cards or the three back cards? Front or back? Okay, one in front, one in back, one in front. And then we'll see those other cards in a second. So spiritually, tempering your soul. Do I need to say this one too? Stopping the war inside of yourself and seeing the world for how it truly is. So tempering yourself into the shape you choose to be. So if you need to be a sword that goes and attacks the people, then you need to be the sword. If you need to be the shield that protects people from themselves, then you need to be the shield. Do you need to be the cup that empties them out so you can refill them with more positive stuff? Or do you need to put the fan back in their hands and say, you go control your own damn life and live your own damn purpose, ebbs and flows of your own damn life? That's the temper card. It's about transforming yourself into that thing you need to be. Putting down the battle of whatever war there is inside, whatever conflict there may be between mundane and spiritual, whatever conflict there may be between life and the spiritual. We are going to finally come together as a team, magical and mundane, together as a team. And then seeing the world in a new perspective, for the first time seeing the world for how it really is. And you're seeing the world for how it truly, really is. So that's why you're being given this message right now. And then this is the why. This is the what. You know, I know I was going to use all of these cards, but here's the why, here's the what. You know, and that is knowing you are already in a place of maturity, that you are in your full potential at this moment, that you're working towards on obtaining new levels, but you know that there's still things you have to button up and finish to be that grand elder tree. You know you're not missing anything. You're waiting for the future to be created because you're the one fucking creating it. And just like I've been telling you, it's that crescendo moment where you blow that top off and you make that new world. Physically, mentally, and spiritually. Know yourself. To thy own self be true. See the world like you are meant to see it. Your way. Your way of seeing the world is how you need to see the world. Your way of looking at things is the way you need to see the way you are looking at them. Not being at war with yourself. Okay, great. We aren't going to be at war with ourselves anymore. We're not going to keep battling against good, evil, bad thoughts. Who cares if I'm doing right or wrong? I'm doing the work. That's all that. Yeah, whatever makes you the fucking happy. That's what I'm creating. That new destiny. I'm not going to keep being at war with everything in my past anymore. I'm going to go make happy. Boom. Then we transform your bullshit into something more useful. Whatever little tiny bullshit we have left, because we both know we have things we are working on and things we are moving through and growing. We know we're not complete yet. We know we will always be working on something. As workers, that's just how it goes. You never stop learning. It's just for moments you stop learning until you're ready for more learning, you know? And then blowing your top off and making the world what you want it to be. Basically saying, hello world, you're my bitch. Come at me. I'll show you what I'm made of. I got shields. I got swords. Fuck, I got a cup I can knock you on the head with if I have to. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you're in this. You're way out of the dark night of the soul now. Now you're into the work that you need to do to get ready to do the work. Yeah, we've always been capable of it. We've been told since birth that we're not capable of this stuff. That's why we are, that's why it's so hard to be a human. That's why sometimes people make dumb, idiotic mistakes and they do things that seem like they're doing the wrong thing, but they're only going by what they know to be true. They're only going by what they know as that they've been taught. They're only doing what they know in their hearts is the right thing for them to do. And whether you agree with any other person or not, it's not up to them to decide your life. It's up to you to decide your life. And that's why you are living the life you are living right now, because you finally took it by the balls, Kristen, and said, it's mine. So I'm glad you're grateful for everything, because you deserved it. You deserved all of this. You know? I know. Thank you for that, because I do deserve it. I deserve all of my happiness. You know, finally knowing for 100,000% that my destiny was meant to happen. I am the state. I am the fixed point in this universe for me in my life. In this universe, I'm the fixed point here. That's why I can do as much as I can do. But you know, I'm the last Joshua that will ever be. So, you know, then I get to go do something else like spirit guide or something else after that, if I want to do it. If you can live that life, if you can really live up to your full potential, it could be your last if you want it to be. There's a potential for another life if you want it, but I think it's going to be one of being cared for, not caring for people. So you'll get the reversal. You'll get the life where people want to take care of you instead of you trying to take care of everyone else. That's probably most likely what you would go to if you were to go into a reincarnation after this life. But if you reach your full potential, which you're almost there already, once you reach that full potential and cross that destiny line, it's literally either spirit guide or become a part of the energy at that point. It may be true, it may not be true, but that's something you got to decide whether your heart is ready to move on from him or not. Right now, the answer is no. The answer is no right now. Not right now. Not this moment. Not this time. Not this parentheses. At least not for a while. He's got too much of his own shit to do. He's trying to self-correct hard right now. He's trying to self-correct. He's trying to get his life back on track to the way he wanted it to be. He wants his life to be back to a place where he feels like he have control. Because you helping is hurting. You can't help him with this. You can't. If you help him with this, he won't learn the lesson. I'm just telling you what they're telling me, okay? Yeah, you can help him. Go ahead and do whatever you want to do, but then, just know that you made that happen. You didn't allow that to come to be. So when it comes back comes back on you on that relationship point of it, well, then that's why I'm saying no. He won't talk to you because he's trying to take himself out of everything that used to make him feel icky. And I'm sorry you were a part of that equation for a while. He's rebuilding himself to believe in himself and do all of this stuff again. But he doesn't leave your mind, right? So, like I said, you're the definitive person here. Well, did you just go right on and ask him, what do you want from me? Is there anything I could do to get you and I back together? How are you doing right now with everything in your life? I mean, have we asked him all the standard questions we would normally ask someone in this situation? I can ask cards. You know I can. You're the only one here. Might as well. Cleansing shuffle, though. I have to do cleansing shuffle first, though. Same numbers or different numbers? I want to pick numbers. Pick numbers for this question, though. Please. 3 and 11. I'll use 3 and 11 again. Just say same. 3. Okay. Here we go. Okay, they want it here. All right, here we go. 3 and 13. 1, 2, 2 God cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and the 13th card is now on top. Alrighty, let's see. So this is pretty much the yeah. The thing about it is that I think you kind of know that he's going. What is this? Yeah, I'm about to say. So this is the answer to that question you're having about the Scotty, and you love him so much, and can we ask the cards whether or not we are truly meant to be together? Is what I think you're asking here, just to define that's what you're asking, because I want to answer it the right way. Yeah, okay. So really reflecting on the past and seeing what worked and didn't work between you two, whether or not he could retry again, whether or not he's decided you were the example he needed to move forward with his life. He's seeing things for how they truly are, so whatever you are showing him, he wants to reflect back to you but doesn't know how, or he isn't seeing the beautiful big picture you are. Do you have ads, TC? I don't think you do, but just in case. If you have no ads, say no. If you have ads, I'll wait till it stops. No ads. Good. So he's defensive. He's defensive against anything that has to do with what made him feel icky before. You're a part of that equation, unfortunately. You bring up that defense mechanism in him. Right now, everything that you remind him of makes him want to go, don't come really closer right now because I'm really not ready for anything, kind of a deal, Puts out the spike strip so you don't go any further, So, I think he's trying to decide whether or not the life with you was his cage, and he needs to break free of that and find something different because that's what he feels he needs in his life. Because that's what the Larimar's door is about. It's about walking out of what you used to feel comfortable, safe, and warm in, and understanding that that was the cage that made you unhappy in the first place, so that you could finally realize you were in control and had to take this time to walk out of that cage and find new freedom. So, and then to letting go and letting things finally move out of your life. So he's letting you move out of his life. He's letting the thing that you guys had together decay and die, because he needs to let that go. In order for there to be any rebirth, he has to let the old go before he can accept anything new. You know what I'm saying? It's transforming, though. It's turning into something. We just don't know what that fertile ground will be quite yet. So it looks like right now you're not the answer that he needs right now. And from what I'm feeling, that might have changed since the last time we talked. So, because you're starting to realize it too. Right? Unfortunately, fortunately. Let's see what the God cards have to say. We know these answers, right? Right. You know these answers, though, right? Exactly. And I think that's what he doesn't trust. Oh, here, let me put him up so you can see him better. Sorry. My mom's card and celebrate. The three things I tell everybody: you have the power, you are loved, and you can control your own damn destiny. It has to be a give and take thingy. Take off the rose-colored glasses and start to believe that you are all the love that you need for yourself for right now. That was my mom's lesson to me when I was in a similar situation, so I'm giving the same advice to you. Take off the rose-colored glasses and see if you see Scotty in the same way. But celebrate what you did have and what you could have somewhere in the future. It's just a not right now answer. So celebrate your life. Celebrate your accomplishments. What you're doing for right now, this is all for you, Kristen. All of it is to help you with your life, not help Scotty. So it's telling me self-love for yourself is the thing that they want you to do, and that he's letting go and moving on. That's the answer. Whether it can be something in the future or not has remained to be seen, but I know that probably doesn't feel very good to hear, but you know I'm going to tell you the truth. Would you like to know anything else with the cards or anything else like that? Like I said, it's, okay. Well, that was the card right before that. Yeah, and maybe you will find a way, but like I said, for right now, the answer is no. For now. That's all I'm saying is right now the answer is no. You wanted a definitive answer? The answer is no, not right now. Maybe somewhere in the future, yes, but right now this time is for you. This can't be for nothing. You're right, it isn't for nothing. How much happier are you now than you were? How much more better is your life now than it was? Can you imagine how much better it's going to be by the end of this year? How much more better your life is going to be, more in tune once you get those last little boxes checked off, once you're fully in tune, once you reach your full potential, once you've crossed that line. And like I said, it's just that little step of you taking and owning whatever it is you need to do yet, because they're not quite telling me what you need to do, but that's kind of a between you and them kind of a thing, and I don't want to get in the middle of that shit. So they ain't telling me. Sometimes they don't tell me. I don't like it either, but You know, that's what I'm being told, at least from my guys and my perspective. So, you know, and like I said, I wish it was a better answer, but that's what I'm hearing. You know, I'm just clearing your name off. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I've got like 2 hours left to go. It's only been an hour. It's been a really slow Friday today, though. It really has been. But that's okay. Yeah. It's just this Friday's a lot of people going out this last weekend before school starts. So a lot of those family vacations are happening. TwitchCon's about to happen. A bunch of things are starting to happen soon. People are moving right now. A bunch of streamers are moving. A bunch of people are going through the same things you're going through. It's weird, but we're all kind of going through this thing together. A bunch of us are moving, especially the ones of us who are actually making a damn impact in this world. You know what I'm saying? Yep. That's when I play music, and that's when I start babbling about my life, and that's when I start to tell my stories and get into my what I'm doing, and maybe hopefully I give some good information out to somebody who might need to hear it today. You know, that's all I try to do. I just try to give my best advice I can give. I hope that people will listen. I hope that I will be able to help people, move them into a more positive life. That's all I've ever promised anybody, is to try to move you into a more positive life. And to make you realize today can be and will be your best day ever if you truly choose it to be that. You know? And I think you're starting to see some of the benefits of that. I know you're bored, but hey, that's Twitch. That's just, that's the game as is, you know. There are a lot of streamers out there, and I don't even think there's that many tarot card readers out there, honestly, right now. I was looking at the browse thingy for a second and seeing how many tarot readers are on right now, and it's you, me, and two other people right now. So, you know, that's it, you know. And I don't even know those other two people. So, we're like the two major ones that are on right now. Most of the other people don't come on for another hour or two. So, you know. So, I'm going to put some music on now for a while. Not too high, but not too low. All right, you're back. Oh, Colin. You want me to call you after stream? All right, Sergeant. God dang it. What is that one running away from me? Okay. Had a runner. Clearing the cards off for Sergeant Sanctuary. Clearing out the cards for Sergeant Sanctuary. So did you talk to her? Or is this just more of a wondering kind of a deal? Because you were gone for a bit. Did you actually get a response? Oh, okay. Thought so. I was just more wondering. Okay. Just wanted to make sure because it was like, did she respond? I thought you were coming back to tell me she responded. Oh, that's right. You were telling me you were walking home. See? Mr. Forgetful here sometimes. All right, my brother. Well, hey, Kristen, let me know what you want. I'll check Discord afterwards just to be sure. But I'm only going to be available for like an hour or two, and then I'm cutting myself off for the weekend. I'm not. I've got to go recoup spoons. I'm going to go have fun. So. All right, they're ready. All right, Sergeant, you ready for yours? Here we go. Ready? Ready? Ready, 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 ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 God cards today for this question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and the 17th card is... Okay. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? After... Well, okay, what is going to happen overall when we discussed what's happening? But then what's going to happen? Okay, so basically you want to ask me, let's say we talk about this, we've already discussed this, this has happened, all right? We're moving on, and we want to know what is going to happen if that were to happen, right? Is that, what, did I get it right? I'm confused. All these happenings. What is going to happen overall? Then we discussed what is happening. But what is going to happen? Okay, just making sure I understood the question. So what is going to happen, right? Let's say she says yes. If she says yes and comes back with that positive response you're looking for, then this is most likely your timeline, okay? So right now I'm seeing 3 different timelines, okay? I'm seeing 3 different timelines. The one where she doesn't respond at all, the one where she responds in a negative way, and the one where she responds in a positive way, okay? So, this is the positive outcome, okay? So, if it happens, you will pour down a new foundation. Both of you will start to set down boundaries. What is going to be this relationship's going to be like? Are we going to take it slow? How are we going to deal with it? Now that we've shared the emotions and feelings of it, what do we want to make this become? Let's decide that and start to pour in a strong foundation so that we can start this relationship off right. What are the keys we need to make sure we do? If we weren't great at communicating before, we're going to make sure we're good communicators. If we weren't good about sharing ourselves completely, now we're going to share more of ourselves completely. You understand, right? Are we going to remind ourselves that she's going to have her own things from time to time, and you're not going to be able to control her 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and neither is she going to do that to you. You are going to share your journey together. You're going to choose each other, love in return equally, all of that stuff, right? And then being that powerhouse of powers that doesn't ever die because you created it yourself, your version of magical freedom, your version of the most powerful force that is even more powerful than any god out there, and seeing the world in a bright new way. So that means your soul will start to glow from the inside out, because I do feel like she's a twin flame of sorts. I don't know if it's a romantic twin flame or not. They're not really giving me more than that. They feel like there's hints of that in there, but more than anything, it's about feeling good inside and feeling empowered by one another and seeing each other's light and actually seeing one another. You know what I'm saying? And then that throws out the caution, though. don't be so defensive about every last little thing that you might not agree with. You know, there might be issues and problems where it might throw your defense mechanisms up. You know, and might throw her defense mechanisms up. So be patient and be the kind of guy who's willing to show her that you are going to be present. You're going to be there. You're going to be her support system. You're not trying to fix her. You're trying to share her with you, and you share yourself with her. But the biggest thing is you will see the true reflection of who you are. All the little pieces will come together to see the beautiful oak tree that has always been there. So it will be seeing the world for how it truly is, not just the things that don't necessarily make sense. So all the things will come together so you see the real reflection of the beautiful oak tree that's in there rather than the jumbled up mess. So you'll have a clear idea. You'll start to it's like coming into focus and actually seeing the picture. You know, when you see a picture really up close and you don't know what it is, and then you got to pull back enough for you to see the picture, basically like that. So this is the good thing. So that means, you know, you're starting it off right by setting good, clear foundation, a nice, strong foundation. You're becoming that light for each other, and you are understanding that there will be problems and issues you will have to work through, and most of it will be defense mechanisms from past relationships or past things that we have to still kind of finish working on ourselves within. And then seeing the person for how they truly is. Well, when you see someone for how they truly are and you truly love that person completely, you don't pour a foundation together unless you got romance. Okay? And that's what I mean by glowing. When you see each other's light, it's seeing each other's love for one another. That's what that glow light. It's about feeling the most positive, brilliant, beautiful stuff. It's your soul shining so bright. Your one true love sees it in return and goes, oh, pretty, I want to go near that. You know what I'm saying? That's the feeling you have inside after the foundation. Then we have just your warning to, hey, even though it might seem like it's going good, let's not get complacent here and don't get bogged down by some of the issues and problems we may face. Don't let your defense mechanism ruin it for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit, yeah, you got what I'm saying. And then these guys come along for the last answer. Right? So, the ice card. That's all about putting up the right kind of boundaries. Now, in this case, most of these boundaries will be healthy, but some of these old bad things we used to do to the self, yeah, ice and union. But ice usually means you're keeping yourself locked away, so there might be a little bit of a tapping into the ice process where you kind of got to chip away a little bit at it, a little bit more at it, a little bit more at it, till there's enough sun to melt the ice on the outside kind of a deal. So there might be some boundary issues we have to work on, and learning how to set good, strong boundaries, but still not make them so strong that we can't get in either, you know? It's allowing those boundaries to drop enough to the right ones to drop, the right kind of boundaries to melt. It's about seeing your world in a more positive way and melting away that ice so that you can breathe the air and live in the world again, not keeping yourself trapped away from the feelings you don't want to deal with. So dealing with the emotions and stuff like that, and then finding balance, bringing two worlds together as one. It's not good, it's not bad, it's the gray in between. It's where two worlds meet as one, and we both walk together down that thin line towards the destiny and the fate that we saw. This is the dream card. This is all about balance. It's all about finding that symphony inside. You and her are both parts of music coming together to crescendo into that beautiful unison song. And when you hear that song play out throughout the universe, then the ice starts to melt. Then everything else comes into place. And then you will find that true balance between you and her, that give and take, that place where you can both be happy in the world where you can live without any of that other stuff. And like I said, this is about choosing your destiny, because when I chose this sphere, because like I said, I was presented with 3 spheres in that dream. And I chose every last one of them in my life, but there was an order to them, okay? First it was the blue sphere, then it was the black and white sphere, then it was the red sphere. The red sphere is the one I'm on now because am believing in my power and believing in my spirituality and all of that stuff. So knowing that that future's coming for you and it's going to be everything you want it to be may give you that hope, because that is what I believed when I became that card. I was working towards my destiny. I was doing everything I needed to do to make it happen. So I was going through anything I needed to do to make sure I got the destiny that was foretold to me. Just like you're going to have to do the same things. You've been foretold a destiny. Now you know what you need to do. Yeah, she might be beautiful inside and outside. And that's awesome. I'm glad you found someone like that. I hope she sees you as beautiful as you see her. I feel like, I am getting this kind of nervous-like energy, and I don't think it's from you. I think it's when you're asking this question, kind of a nervous, butterflies in the stomach kind of a feeling. And it's kind of like a little bit of confusion, a little bit of surprise and awe of the whole thing, and really thinking back on the last couple years to every time we did something for that person and kind of connecting the dots a little bit here. She's a very logical kind of person sometimes. Is she? Can be very logical about things. Certain things sometimes have to be a certain way. Yeah, and that's part of it, She doesn't give in to the heart part of it a lot. Yeah, introvert. That would be about the best term I could use. But when she does show it, she shows it big. Right? She's all squishy inside until you get to the soft gooey center, and then it's all bets are off. I'll cry in your arms, whatever kind of a deal. But she's got a, kind of that, she's scared to show her emotional side. I don't know what those acronyms mean, by the way. I'm sorry. I'm guessing that means something, but I'm not sure what they mean. Oh. Oh, they're personality types. Okay. Well, I didn't know that's what they were. So that all means something. That's all I'm saying. I'm. Oh, okay. Introverted, friendly person. Extroverted, friendly person. Is that what we're saying now? I think that's what you're saying. Anyway, doesn't matter. But she doesn't let people see those emotions unless there's a good damn reason to show those emotions. And I think that's what she's kind of being logical about. That logical mind has gotten to her a little bit, and now she's kind of thinking, oh, I really think it's an oh shit moment. I don't know how to respond to this kind of a moment. That's the main feeling I get. Like the oh shit, I don't know how to respond to this moment. That's, if you want to know where she's at this exact moment, I'm willing to bet that's where she's at this exact moment. Yeah, I think that's exactly what's happening. I think that's exactly what's happening. If you haven't heard back from her by tomorrow, I'd contact her and just say, making sure she's okay. I didn't mean to overwhelm you here. I just had to share this finally with you. I couldn't hold it in any longer. Hopefully, you'll respond soon, so I don't have to sit here wondering what you thought of that message I sent you. Well, then go for it, you know? Yeah, don't get too cocky about it, okay? Let's be a little bit ginger with it. You know, we want to be confident, not cocky, okay? Let's not get a big head about ourselves, or we'll drive a wedge in between there, and that we won't want anymore, you know? Remember, the worst thing that can happen is you still have a friend, okay? That's the worst that can still happen is you just end up with a friend. And that's the worst that can happen. You'll still have her in your life. You just have to move on from loving her kind of apart. That's all. You'll love her in a different new way, unfortunately. But I don't think that's happening for you and her. At least I don't think it is. From what I'm getting from my guys, it feels like she's in the deer in headlights moment, but she's trying to think of a response. And I don't know if she's made up her mind at this exact moment, even 12 hours in, what she thinks of all of this. You know what I'm saying? But look, guys, I'm not, I'm by far the most brilliant relationship expert in the world. Up until I met my wife, I was pretty much the black sheep of dating. I was cheated on by multiple different girlfriends. I had like 4 girlfriends who used me for other reasons that weren't dating me. They were to make fun of me. Okay? And then I had a girl who didn't love me back. And then I had the wanting for something I could never have. And then I was like, I'm fucking done with it. And then 3 months later, boom, my wife shows up. Okay, so that's my story, okay? But I think your story is a little bit different, okay? When my wife, the person when she came and told me how she felt, and she made it very clear she thought I was a cute man she wanted to see more about, she let me know in no uncertain terms for certain if I wasn't going to respond to that time, that was it. I was giving up on her ass. So if she doesn't respond, give up on the love, but stay, hey, you know what? We can still be friends. I don't want to put pressure on you. I think the romancing is coming. I don't know. Is it nighttime for her? Is she sleeping at all where she's at right now? I don't know where she's at in the world, so. Would she normally be working at this time? You know, kind of think about those things too. It's Friday, and getting towards the weekend. Maybe she's looking forward to her own Deadpool moment. Okay, so it's an hour ahead of me. Okay. So I didn't know. All I can say is if you've waited, if you want to, I'd say if you want to start trying to think about writing her a message to say, all I wanted to know is how you responded to my message. Whatever that response is, I'm ready to hear it. Can you at least do that for me? So I don't sit here wondering how you felt about what I wrote you? I mean, it depends on how cocky or how brave you are on that, okay? So it's 10:23 here, so it's 4 p.m. for you, it's 10 a.m. for me, so, you know. That's why the time thing for me is kind of hard, because you got to remember, I'm not just seeing that timeline. I'm also seeing the timeline where things don't work out. I'm also seeing the timeline where she doesn't respond at all. And none of it's been decided yet because she hasn't made up her mind. I can't do that. I don't jump into people's heads and make them make decisions. Not that I want that power anyway. I got to open the door now. Give me a second. I don't know about anybody else out there, but I've been cramping like a bastard this last week. Has anybody else been having lots of cramping in their bodies? Because I've been cramping up more than I have been cramping up for a long time. Okay, I'm going to give you a percentage, okay? 60% on the positive side. I'd say you have... on the positive side, I'd say it's more like a 75% chance. Positive. 65 to 75% chance, somewhere in that range, she will respond positively. Um, Otherwise, I think she'll wait a little bit before she responds. So you'll have to wait a little bit before she responds. If that would be the secondary answer. She'll answer, but I don't know if it'll be positive. If it's too long, it probably won't most likely be not right now message, or I'm sorry, I don't feel that way about you message. So the longer you have to wait for a response, the more towards the I've been thinking about it too much kind of a category goes, kind of a deal. And maybe I don't have these feelings. I'm trying to find a nice way to put it to you so don't feel bad about yourself, kind of a deal. So if it's too, longer than a day and a half from now, I'd try finding out. Because I think your friend's at least close enough to you to know that you're gonna be in your own head until you hear an answer. And just say, I just want to know how you responded to this. Please just tell me what you thought. Whatever the answer is, I'm ready for it. If it had been instantaneous, oh my dear God, you feel this way about me, I love you right away, well, you would have heard right away, okay? Oh my God, but she didn't do that. She didn't respond right away. She's taken 14 hours to respond. That means she's thinking about it. That means she's deciding whether or not this is a good idea or not. Do I want to risk my friendship with you? Do I want to risk bad blood between us? Do I want to keep things the way it is, That kind of stuff, If I have to let him down, how do I let him down gently? And so she read it at 2 a.m. and it's 14 hours. Been 14 hours now. Well, part of that was sleep, so I give it 8 hours for sleep. That means she's only been up for 4 hours, maybe, rereading it, thinking about it. So that means she's only been up about 4 hours thinking about this. So kind of think of that as your time frame. Hey, Faithful Does Tarot, nice to see you. Welcome in, first time chatter. Welcome to my stream. Thank you very much for popping in. Prophet Dad of Tarot. Cool. Well, I didn't know I was the Prophet Dad of Tarot, but thanks. Pause, I'm going to get to doing your reading now, okay? But that's what I got for you, Sergeant. I wish I could give you more preview than that, but that's all I'm getting. It's a wait and see. Sorry. I think it will be. I don't think it'll be the worst response. I think it will be a tiny bit of maybe we can see. Let's try, but I don't want this to ruin our friendship, kind of a thing. I don't know. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting. Like I don't want to ruin what we already have. If I were to ask me what she's thinking at this exact moment. Clearing the cards off for pause. Clearing the cards off for pause. Welcome in, pause. How are we doing today? Hopefully you're having an awesome, positive day. Positive. Clearing the cards off for you. Why don't you throw me your numbers and your question for today? First time chatter faithful. If you would like to get a reading, press exclamation point join. I ask you to help me choose some numbers here. 1 through 10 is your shuffle amount. 1 through 52 is where your answers are in my deck. If you have a question, just put it as simply as possible, please, so I can understand it. If you don't have a question, just say I want a general, and I'll give you a general reading. And I've got the hiccups. It's your turn. There is no list. You are the list. So, and I'm a very blunt, in-your-face kind of tarot reader. I don't sugarcoat anything here. I'm ethereal fire readings. That means I will set your world on fire and make your world ablaze, but I will burn your world brightly to that best day ever. General reading for you, pause. Hard to continue what, though? All right. Whatever it's hard for you to continue, let's find out. You don't have to tell me. It's okay. I'm going to clear these cards off until they tell me they're ready for you for this question. A second. Here. All right. Here are your official shuffles. Pause. And we have 2 and 7. So here are your 2 official shuffles. 1, 2. God cards. All right. Let's see if we can help you. Move you to a better place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's do that. Pause. Today, we're going to make today be your best day ever. You have a 5 God card message. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 God card message for you today. All right. So what is getting hard for you and how should you deal with it? Oh my God, are you getting a bunch of advice here? You have all major arcana cards in my deck. So you wanted an answer, you're going to get an answer. Whatever's going on right now, this very moment, make a choice. Make a choice right now that starting today will be the last day you will ever feel like this in your whole life ever again. You are going to leave everything that has ever caused you that pain behind you. You are going to throw it into the trash. You're going to let that die, that go away, that not be a part of you anymore. Today is the day you are going to make the choice that today is the start of your best damn day ever. You are in the perfect spot to make a life change. Right now, pause. In this moment, you're being told it's time to choose a new path. If the old path wasn't working for you, there are other choices you have available to you. Do you want to start to think about what choices and decisions are going to improve your life? Maybe if I start going after what really you feel passionate about, going down that hard path and working every day towards a goal until I've reached that goal. And then finally achieving that goal and then letting that soak into my life for a while so I can actually live that life. Or are you going to take an easy path where you make a solid plan on the way to get to where you need to get to? Or is it going to take you 5 steps, 10 steps, however many steps it takes you to get there? You are eventually going to get there, but you celebrate each step. You set goals. You rest from every step. You take your time on this journey. Or are you going to combine the easy and the hard path and not make it easy or hard on yourself, but you are going to finally cut through the things that we call the bullshit of life? My depression got in my way. My anxiety got in my way. My fear got in my way. My quietness got in the way. The things that were not serving me any purpose any longer, things that I felt made me safe, I had to throw away so I could make room for our brilliant, beautiful new future. That's what I call cutting through the bullshit of your unseen path. So you can see the end of your journey and you know where you're heading towards. Or you can look back into the past again and try to review it. But this time when you're done reviewing it, you got to find a way to move forward with your life in a more brilliant, beautiful way and choose a new path again. Right? And that's coming from the past. Making this choice right now to say, I am going to have this better life starting today. That's all it took for me to start living a better life. And then you have to do the one thing that scares you the most. You have to trust that things are going to get better, that life is going to be better for you, because all they want from you is to finally take some of these risks and these dreams of yours and start to actually act on some of these things you really felt like you wanted to do. To put it out there in this world and see if it's accepted, to trust yourself enough to keep going until you find a better positive path, to take that leap of faith and trust that the universe has got you by its hands right now, that it has got you. It's got you so much. It's protecting you so well right now, making this final leaping jump, sorry, because they've got the safety people on the side. They're not letting you jump alone. They've provided you with the golden parachute that cannot fail. They've got this soft, squishy landing all prepared for you, but they can't make you jump. They can't make you take that chance on yourself to say, I have the goddamn power. I am loved. I control my destiny. And maybe you need to stop worrying about the fucking plan at all. Did you ever stop to think that maybe this is the time you're supposed to let the universe guide you to where you're supposed to go? That you don't need to worry about anything other than healing yourself, than loving yourself and finding a way to find what that positive thing will be for you, that one goal, that one desire that you have in life. You want a better life? Go get a better life. No one's stopping you. There is no one staring you in your face right now going, you can't move. I can't make you. You're not moving. Nope. Stop. You can't move. I'm going to stop you right now here. No one's doing that to you. And even if they did, you would go the other way and you would do whatever you wanted anyway, right? But getting in the wandering path is all about understanding that life doesn't always have to have a plan. It doesn't always have to have motivation. It doesn't always have to have an end goal. Sometimes you just gotta live to live. Sometimes you just gotta go experience to experience. Sometimes you gotta go through the shit in order to figure out what you don't want in life, so you go after what you do want in life. The point here is pause. And the point of all of this, the reason you're going through this all right now, is because it's time, my friend, to claim your personal power. Pa is the most positive, beautiful person inside and out. Even though I am working on some of my own worst enemies, my own worst demons, even though I'm battling through those things, show you how much of a warrior because you've made it through those things. Show you how much of a passionate person you are because you stood through the test of time and you're still here. They couldn't take you down. They couldn't knock you down. They couldn't drive you down. You're still here fighting. So it's time to stand up, pause, and take your power back and tell the universe what it's going to do for you. Instead of asking the universe what it's going to do for you, tell it what it's going to do for you. And then live up to those expectations by walking that life, talking that life, doing that life every single day of every single moment for the rest of your life. You believe in the words, I have the power, I am loved, and I will make my destiny be what I want it to be. End of story. And if you can't live up to those expectations, then life will come and knock you on your ass. But if you're ready and you're living the life you're supposed to be living, there's nothing in this world that can ever touch you. Nothing can touch me now. I've got everything I've ever wanted. If the worst of the worst were to happen today, the worst of the worst, I mean the absolute worst, my wife died, I lost my home, I lost everything, I'm the only thing left alive, right? I would have lived 6 years of pure, unbridled happiness. I wouldn't have got that if I gave up. And I'll tell you, I've been 7 times close to giving up in this world. 7 times close to saying, fuck you, world. And you know what I learned? Every single time, they want me here. They want you here. That's the motivation. The motivation to prove to yourself you are the person in control of your own path. You see. Now, do you want to know? I mean, and from what I'm feeling here, from a very spiritual perspective, you got all of my major arcanas, and they're all 1, 2, 3 paths out of all of the paths in my deck. You got 3 different ways of thinking about things, and you got told to believe in yourself. That's what you need to do. So you want that motivation today? I challenge you to find one thing, just one thing you want to make true in this world. I don't care what that one thing is, but find that one thing and say, that is my only goal before I die. You know what my only goal is before I die? To live happy and peaceful before I die. To have at least 10 years of happiness and peace before I die. You know? And then we have your God cards still to go. Want to see those? Let's see. I knew it was coming. I knew there was a reason I said that. Because it is exactly true. Right now, pause. I want you to give in to the dream. Right now. Yeah, unison. I'll tell you about it in just a second. It showed up in your thing. I'll tell you. Why don't I start there? So in my life, before I knew I had a chemical imbalance in my head, that's not what it means, but I'll get there. It's this card, 1, 2, this cards go together, and these 2 cards go together. It's not this way. But let's start with the unison card. And I've kind of told this story a lot, but before I decided to do anything positive with my life, I believed in nothing. No God, no spirituality, nothing. I believed in absolutely nothing had power over me, not even myself. Okay? I had a chemical imbalance that separates my brain into 2 separate kinds of camps, a good and a bad camp. It tries to work out the best situation in the middle, but my brain isn't capable of doing that without some chemical help. So before I learned what that imbalance was, I was trying to find a way to resolve the issues in a spiritual way because I had started to believe in a God that I had made up. The man who came from the future to tell me about my future was called Unison. He was dressed in a gray cloak, and he's the one who presented me with the 3 spheres of my destiny. Okay? It was my future self traveling back in time to when I was 8 years old from a different timeline to show me what I could be capable in this life if I chose to follow the right signs. Since I followed the right signs in this life, I'm getting the life I was meant to have. So now I had to learn how to bring 2 different worlds together, the dream world and my real world together. Okay? But not everything in the dream was going to be 100% accurate. But the reality of it was that it was more accurate than I was prepared for. It was too close to the truth. It was too much my thing. And I had to find a way to deal with those 2 sides of me. The good part of me that said I only could be good Josh. I had to be good Josh 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or life would go shitty. Or I could just give into this shit and not care about any of it and just act out and do whatever I felt like doing and all of that other stuff. But I found a way to squish those 2 together and say, no, I can do both at the same time. And I don't have to keep stressing myself out between these 2 different worlds. I can combine both of my worlds into one to make the new me. Before I even took medication, I did this on a mental level, on a spiritual level, and even a very physical level for a point there. You know? But this is when I believed in the dream the most. This is when I started to give in to the dream could be true. You know what I'm saying? So know that this is that part of you that is coming to, because you're coming to that conclusion too. That balance is coming back in your life, right? So now we're on to the next stage of the game of what you need to hear. You have put down new seeds. You have to put down new seeds into this new fertile ground. You know what you've just done? You've tilled the field. You're tilling the field to get ready to plant. You can't expect something to grow until you've put something in the ground to plant. So what physical good thing are you going to start doing better for yourself? That you know you need to do better for yourself. It doesn't have to be weight loss. It doesn't have to be anything extreme. It can be giving yourself rest. It can be giving yourself time and space to go have fun. It can be giving yourself time and space to go chase your dreams and your goals. But physically put down a seed in this life of something you will do better for yourself in a physical way. Mentally, do that as well. If I couldn't get the help, I went and found the help. I went to a professional to help me with my problems. Maybe you just need a good friend to talk it all out with, so you can finally release all of this stuff you don't need to be hanging on to anymore. Maybe what you need to put in is I love me into this ground. And then the last and final seed is your spiritual seed. And what else do I have to say to you other than make it something you want to grow into? Decide your future. Decide your fate. Decide what you are going to do in this world. And then when you start to finally grow and you pop out of that ground, because every seed starts in the dark, but it eventually comes towards the light. And when it finally breaks free of that surface floor, then and only then does it take the world in. But then and only then is it ready to take the world in. And as it sprouts out for that very first time, it takes in the world, the sun and the positive energy, and it soaks it all into itself. It doesn't say any of it's bad. It takes all the good parts of it and says, yummy. All that emotional stuff I need to let out, I need to let it out so it can soak the ground, so I can start to feed off of all the nutrients of the earth that I'm planted in, is the beautiful foundation I just put in myself, so I can grow. That I take those wind and those thoughts that are still lingering in my head and I let them blow off into the breeze. But now is the time to grow. Now is the time to plant. Now is the time to let go. And reinvent yourself to be who you see yourself being. Now, last and not least, I've already told you these messages several times already. But the beauty of getting this card is that I don't have to yell at you about these things. Because my mom taught me the most important lessons I have ever learned in my life. Whether I wanted to listen to them or not, she tried to help me. And she always told me that I needed to see the world in a new, different way. That I had to stop being such a giver and I had to learn how to take sometimes too. That I had to learn how to grow in the light. I had to learn how to grow in the dark. But I had to start to believe in my own power, believe that I was already loved by many people, and that I could control what I wanted to do next. The only way I could ever do that was to stop being angry with myself. Stop being angry with myself over everything I've done wrong. It's not what I've done wrong. It's what I've survived. It's what I've overcome. It's what I've learned. It's what made me be a better person. And letting go of that anger. And if I have anything to tell you to do today, go grab yourself an old porcelain plate you don't care two shits about. And with a magic marker or any kind of permanent marker, start writing on that plate everything that's been making you feel angry about yourself inside. Then go get your best safety gear, go take it to a place you can smash it to smithereens, and do so. Because you need to let this out some way, somehow. So you can stop carrying it with you. That's the last thing you need to drop off. That's your God card message. Any more questions? I want you to do that too. Donate back to yourself. You know what they want more than anything right now, Paz? Today, give yourself the day off. I want you to go do something beautiful for yourself today. Go do something fun for yourself today. I don't care how much it costs. I don't care if you have time to do it. Today is hooky day. So today, Go give yourself a day off and go do something you actually want to do with your life. Just one day to embrace your joy. Go, 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 go. Donate back to yourself. That way you can fill yourself of what you need. This is not about filling the want. This is about you needing this. Spa day, baseball day, I don't care. Whatever floats your boat, okay? That is your reading for today. Pause. I hope you've enjoyed that. And I hope it did help you. And I'm always here to help you. I know where you're at in your life right now. I can feel your energy. And I really feel that you're at this moment where you just need that extra push. Well, here I am pushing. I'm kicking you in the spiritual ass and I'm telling you to get off of it and get to work. That's an order, sir. Young lady, person. Get to it. All right. But, hey, you want to talk more about it? I'm here. You want to talk about what's been going on in that head? Want to just have someone to talk to? We can talk for a while. I don't need to do readings. Want to tell me what's going on? And maybe you can fill in the blanks a little bit for me if you want. That's up to you. If you have other things to go do, please self-care. And please remember that your future is in your own hands. And today can be your best day ever if you truly choose it to be. Because no one could have stopped me from my happiness. The only person who was ever stopping me was me. I just had to stop beating up on myself long enough to see how much of a beautiful person I was. To really understand what my purpose was in this world. To truly understand all of this is a gift, and I know it. To know everything that I know about my life as I know it right now, I consider it the biggest gift I have ever received in my life. It feels like I won a lottery because I finally have everything I saw in that vision when I was 8 years old. And I believed it, and I made it come true. So don't tell me it's not possible, because I just showed you it is possible. All right, guys, I'm going to return to some music for a while. So a little bit of my native chanting voice that I've done. So I call this Father's Cry. So I'm going to let you listen to this for a second while the ad plays. And I'm going to go check in with some people, see who's out there in the world. I should let you listen to my new song. Hey, pause. It's a kind of depressing song, but it's about how I overcame the suicidal tendencies inside of myself. Do you want to hear that song? I don't think you're suicidal, but I just like sharing my music. I'm going to play it for you guys. This one's called The Edge of Suicide. It's kind of a depressing one, but I didn't always live a happy life, so I wrote this about the time when I was in that mind frame. So it starts out with my voice, and then it will go into the song here in a little bit. Was my only cry. I knew it was the moment I wanted to die. The sadness was inside. I cried, I cried, I cried. This is me trying to get the melody down before it does it. Here we go. Here's the start of it. In darkest places I roam, on the saddest road I tend to go, and on this lonely road I get lost like I've never been lost before. I give in to my shadow self, and I gave to the world too much that I had to give, but it wasn't enough, it seems. So my fear inside could cry so loud I could barely breathe. I knew the patient times in me. I felt the rage building inside me.
person like me. I was lonely when I had no friends. Not a single girl wanted to be with me. Then I fell in love. I thought my world was warm, but it came crashing down when no rose-colored glasses came crashing to the ground. And all the thoughts I had inside were valid still. I was lonely, I was cleared, I was almost always disappeared. I was quiet, I was shy, I wasn't truly alive. So it was hell for me, 'cause I didn't think I'd ever find my destiny. And I was lost in those woods. So why couldn't it be? Why did love never find my heart? Why did friends never want to be apart? When did all the sadness become the only thing I see? So it was hell for me, 'cause I didn't think I'd ever find my destiny. And I was lost in those woods. So why couldn't it be? Why did love never find my heart? Why did friends never want to be apart? When did all this sadness become the only thing I see? On the edge of suicide, where I almost took my life, but then I found a whole new way to die. So I gave in to my life. I just burning to my flame, and I embraced the dark inside. On the edge of suicide.
Oh, it finished. Oops. It didn't finish all the way, but...
I was in despair. I didn't know what I did. I wasn't truly alive.
It didn't finish the song. Hey, G Dragon, welcome on in. Let me pause the music for you. And let's do your reading for today. Hello and welcome on in, my friend. How are we doing today? Happy Friday to you. Welcome into the Unknown Prophet Daily Tarot. How can I help you today? Throw me your numbers and your question and what you would like to know today. I'm here for you whenever. I'm clearing the cards off as we speak. If you don't remember the numbers, please ask. I'll be happy. I am so happy. I am literally hours away from going to see Deadpool and Wolverine. I am so excited. We bought the tickets. We've got our ride set up. My wife is sleeping so she can be ready for it and rejuvenized for it. And I'm having an awesome day reading today. I'm having a fabulous fucking day. Thank you. All right, let me clear the cards off for your question. How do you dread not going into work? What the heck? Feels like something's... Something was pinching me in an awkward spot. Waiting for them to tell... Okay, they like it here. All right, here's the spot where they want me to start from. So here we go with your question. How do you stop feeling dread before you go into work? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. No God cards for you today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I am sorry that you are currently dreading your job and going into it every day. I'm sorry that you're feeling that way. Maybe we can help with that today and get past those feelings so that we can actually get to the place where you need to be. Right, T-Dragon? So you want to know how you stop having so much dread before you go into work. So this is going to hopefully answer that question for you, okay? Ready? I need some water or something. I don't have any water. Okay, I'm out of water. Fuck. Just want to make sure you're ready. Just say ready. When you're ready. Ready, ready, ready. Do you want... Are you still here, G-Dragon? I don't know if you had a lag on your end or something. Okay. Just wanted to make sure because, like I said, it's one of those things where... So, we're ready. Okay. First and foremost, it is time to start to look at your job in a new, different way. You have control of how you see your job. How do you want your job to improve? Is there any way you can help it improve? Because you don't like what you're doing for work. This is what you have to do for work so you can bring in some kind of money, right? But you have to start to think of your exit strategy because you don't want to keep continuing to work in a place where you don't feel wanted or needed or any of that stuff, or you want to feel like you are contributing, like you are becoming a part of a family, that you are becoming a part of a mission, a dream that you share with your fellow colleagues, you know, and understanding this new idea that you want to set down. So maybe it's time for you to present a new idea that they haven't thought of before, a way for you to come together as a co-workers. Maybe it's time to bring them out for a beer. Maybe it's time to bring some fellow workers to talk about the bullshit of what's going on at work, lunchroom clockwork talk, you know, with the kind of stuff that employees talk about in the back rooms that the managers don't think they hear, you know. But, you know, and it's honestly starting to look at who you want to become now. Is there something that you could strive for? Is there a position that would make you have more control over your situation? Maybe it's a management position. Maybe it's a lesser position. Maybe you have to take some responsibility off so it's not so much pressure to go to work. But this sadness that's kind of covering this, right, is you have to find some way to find joy in it again. There is something that you can overcome here because you are in control of what you can control in your own business. Are you doing the job you're being paid for? Is there something you could do that wouldn't take away from doing the job that could bring some happiness or some levity to the situation? Because it feels like that's what needs to happen here, is that you need to understand that it's not always going to be the worst day ever. I have to start looking at it as my challenge to go out of work today feeling like I did something that makes me feel proud of what I did today, you know? And that's what I had to kind of convince when I was a manager and when I had employees who were having issues with, you know, not feeling like they wanted to come to work. Today was the job. They were honest with me and told me stuff like that with my boss, which when they were honest with me and when I was honest with my boss, we found a way to make it a little bit more less or more engaging for me. For a while there, I needed to take a break from managing. I went back to driving for a while because the pressure was too much for me. Then when my training completed and I understood more and could actually do the job, then I actually started to do the job. And then the other thing you need to start to do, G-Dragon, is stop carrying around all this guilt. All this guilt of what you could or are doing wrong there. Fuck what you're doing wrong. You're doing the best you can do, okay? But you have to stop being scared of you doing better than everybody else either. You can't be afraid to outshine people when they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. You can't be afraid of that success. So stop stopping yourself from that success by not believing in yourself. It's time to cherish every last little thing that is going around you, because maybe, just maybe, there could be a really good thing for you. You just haven't seen it yet. Maybe this job doesn't look like it's the right one right now, but maybe that's because you haven't learned how to really appreciate that job, what it really means to be a part of that beautiful family that you are a part of, the secondary family. When you have issues and problems and worries of the wife, your buddies from work come to cheer you up sometimes and all that other fun stuff, you know? So, you know, it's time to start to look at your world in a new, different way. This is me and my wife on our wedding day. And we had to learn how to listen to one another, just like you and your people have to learn how to listen to one another. It's time to communicate your issues and problems so that they understand what you're going through. They might be able to resolve some of this and make you feel actually better about how you're doing. Maybe all you need is a performance review to show you just how good you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But you have to start to understand that you have to start to cherish what you have while you have it, because you never know. Tomorrow could be the last day you work there, because life happens. So at least you have a job. At least you have the ability to change and grow within it. Right? So how do you stop dreading yourself from going into work? By walking in with your head held high and walking out with your head held high, knowing you did everything in your power to be the person they needed them to be today. You let go of anything else that might be drawing you down in the life. Your bosses, you don't like your bosses, you don't like whoever's going on and stuff like that, right? Well, not everyone likes their boss, but maybe if you talk to your boss about why you're having some issues with them, maybe he would be able to alleviate some of those fears. I don't know. That's up to you and your boss to talk about. But you can either choose to accept his leadership or keep denying his leadership, but you have to find a way to clear that sky off and find a way to live in the happiest part that you can live in. So your boss you don't like your boss. Do your job the best way you can. Show them that you're doing your job the best way you can. Right, yeah. So, but you have to also step up to the plate and show him why he should believe in you. Because that's what managers do. They want to wait. They're waiting for you to show them you want more, that you are ready for more. And all of that frustration and all that stuff you think when you have all those self-doubts, I can't, we see it. We see when you don't believe in yourself. So when you don't believe in yourself, we don't try to believe in you either. And, and then it's just about letting go of you worrying about what anybody thinks. Your boss, if you're doing your job right and you're doing it the way you're supposed to be doing, there's nothing your boss has to complain about, then okay, you don't like his personality, well, either get to know your boss better or find a way to coexist with your man while you're there and just do your job, go home, and know you walked out with your head held high. Or start looking for another job. You know what I'm saying? No one says you have to be stuck here. No one says you have to keep being here at the place you are frustrated and disheartened by. But just remember that before you go out there into the world, that right now jobs are out there, but they're being picky. People are being very picky about who they pick right now. And you may have all the credentials in the world, but if you don't have the attitude to match it, So that's what I'm being told for you today. I hope that helps you, bring you a little bit of motivation. As an employee, when I didn't agree with a boss and I didn't understand why they were treating me a certain way, I just went and talked to them. That usually solved the problem when I was an employee. When I was a manager, where employees would come to me with similar issues, I would listen to what they had to say. I would tell them and review on what they're doing right and what they need to improve on, and give them incentive to do better and to show me that they want more and do more. When they did that, I gave them more to do. When I felt like they were confident enough in themselves, I let them take control of that place that I had assigned them to. Like when I was working for Pizza Hut, if you were a pizza maker and you were having trouble making the pizzas, we got you there when it was slow to practice so that you knew what you were doing. By the time we got busy enough, you could fly a pizza in the oven no fire. It's not like it's hard to put toppings on a pizza, but there is a science to some of it. You know what I'm saying? So that you get a bite of everything in every single bite. They do try to get it in every single bite most of the times. So you get a little bit of everything you ordered in your bite, But there were those moments where I had to sit an employee down, and it was, they were having an issue with something I would tell them to do, like someone who was there a lot longer and a lot more veteran than me. To give you an example, okay? I had a driver who was extremely veteran than me. I mean, he had been working there for maybe, whatever. The universe is trying to throw things at me, and there was this driver. He was a very vetted driver who knew a lot about the area, who knew a lot about everything in the car. He just didn't want to do anything like managing and that. He liked being a driver, right? We butted heads because he didn't like the way I would dispatch drivers. And then he had to come to show me how I was dispatching was actually taking time away from people to get back in time enough to get more orders and get to be able to get everyone get some. You know what I'm saying? So he showed me how to do it a little bit better, and then I understood why he kept getting frustrated and why he kept being angry and mad at me and not wanting to listen to some of the things because I didn't understand and he didn't understand. When we finally understood together, we corrected the issue and then it wasn't an issue anymore. But that was my style of management, okay? I listened to my employees. I took their feedback, you know? So if that gives you any kind of clue on how to proceed from this point forward, I hope it gave you some at least something to walk in today, knowing that when you do walk in next, know that you are doing everything in your power to do the best job that you can. Walk out of that place knowing you did the best job you did that day. That's all you need to worry about. Everything else is, well, semantics. And I hope that helped. Mama or Lyra? I'm trying to decide which tarot reader I'm going to go to today. When I do rate out for today, there are a couple of my friends are on right now. TC, who's a very good friend of mine, very good reader. She's an astrology / shamanic healer tarot reader. Then we have Lyra TV. She's a very intuitive. She does multiple different deck kind of reads. She is a really fun, bubbly personality, and she's extremely new to this, but she's a pretty decent reader from what I've got a couple readings from her, and she's just been spot on every time. Tarot Mama, who's a veteran here, she's been doing this longer than I have, and honestly, I believe she does a little bit better job in a different way than I do it, but she does an incredibly brilliant job, and she is majorly connected to the universe, you know? So I've got a couple of my good friends out there right now, you know? Why don't we shout some people out then, huh? I think you are still here, TC. So shout out for TC. Please go like and follow this young lady here. Please go like and follow. This person here, this is Lyra. And then the last but not least, Tarot Mama. Wonder if she can get me in today. Ugh. And last but not least, Tarot Mama. Those are some really extremely good tarot readers out there, guys. So go give them a like, a follow, or a subscribe if you can. I think I'm going to get out of here for today. I think it's time to put my weekend cap on and get ready for Deadpool 3 today. And it's just time to go enjoy myself a little bit, get some of that much needed rest in. Let's see, where should we go? Where should we go? Where should we go? Where should we go? I think we're gonna go to Tarot Mama because that's where I'm getting a reading from. So I think that's where we'll go. So we'll find out where I'm at on this list thingy here. We'll finish playing the song. The rest of this, we'll finish playing this song here.
So why couldn't it be?
And I want to say thank you all to all of you for being here, a part of my journey, a part of my destiny, a part of my fate. Thank you for being here and being a much needed person here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything that you've ever given me, guys. I truly appreciate the like, the follows, and the subscribes. Join me here tomorrow, on Monday morning when I will return for my normal reading week. Remember, on Wednesday, I will be taking the day off for a medical. So other than that, I will be here the entire week next week. Okay, guys? I will see you then. I'm getting out of here for today. I'll see you all soon. We're going to go see Tarot Mama because, damn it, why not? So, guys, if you want to follow along with me, please use message number 1 if you're a subscriber. If you're a subscriber, please use message number 2. Either way, go show some love and affection her way, and please tell them you came from the unknown prophet. Give her 5 minutes of your time. If you decide she's not your bag by then please go self-care and do whatever you need for yourself today, guys. I'll see you then Monday. Bye-bye.
A weird and crazy person like me. I was lonely when I had no friends. Not a single girl wanted to be with me. Then I fell in love. I thought my world was warm, but it came crashing down when no rose-colored glasses came crashing to the ground. And all the thoughts I had inside were valid still.